Hey everybody, this is Master Cloud, and I'm back with another cast of The Lord of the Rings, The Rise of the Witch King. And I'm pretty excited to do a couple of casts for you guys today. I'm not quite sure what these are going to look like, but they are some of my last replays, so I'm definitely excited to get them done with and see what's in store for us. Now, it looks like I'm going to be spawning in the upper right-hand side as Mordor. My partner is going to be Geforce 6200. We'll just call him Geforce, of course. Now his opponent, or our opponent, across from Geforce here, is going to be Agmar, and that's going to be ShinSh3n. And his partner is going to be Grison RKD as Mordor as well. So it is going to be a Mordor versus Mordor on the left side, and on the right side, Isengard versus Agmar. Geforce versus, what was this guy's name again? It is going to be ShinSh3n. We're just going to call him Shen, because that's easy to remember because of course, League of Legends. And his opponent is Grison, or his ally is Grison. So this map is going to be Buckland, of course, which is a 2 versus 2 map. Of course, the most important feature of this map, as I always say, is this center outpost, which of course gives you a ton of extra resources if you can control and capture it. One of the great ways to control and capture it is to hold these watchtowers, which do give you a lot of vision, and of course the vision helps you see what's happening in surrounding areas, which of course gives you helps you position your troops correctly to intercept enemy troop movements and maintain the area so that you can better hold on to this outpost. Now, it looks like my opponent here is going for a quick double orc pit, actually. I've just gone for one and pumped out an early unit of archers. Looks like he's foregone his early unit to actually go for orcs and orc warriors instead of archers, and also use some of those extra income to build another orc pit, and actually a third orc pit. So we have 3 orc pits here already, and he only has 3 slaughterhouses. Now it looks like my troops are going to be getting to the center first, but my ally here, Geforce, is going to try to assist me with a couple of pikemen. Now this is all in view because they have the watchtower over here. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, Geforce has this watchtower. So he was able to sneak his builder down there, so we have complete control over here. Now Agmar does show up with 1 Thrallmaster, but actually dies before he's even allowed to summon anything, so that's a pretty big victory for us. Now these orc warriors are going to be starting to move in, however my second group of archers already out, catches them as they're crossing here, and takes out a couple, about half the units, so half of them will survive, and they are going to try and run up here and, I would suspect, start harassing some of my farms. Now, when I play, I usually put my farms farther away from my fortress so that they can get a... actually, these orcs are just going to stand here and die. I guess he just didn't see any point to continuing to micro those, as they were almost dead anyways. But, as I was saying, I put my farms a little bit farther away from my fortress, of course. This gets you the extra income because you're not as close to occupied space. However, it also does make them a little bit more vulnerable to sort of these run-by attacks because they're not close to the fortress. Now, we do have a battle going on the left-hand side. Agmar versus Isengard, and the Isengard troops actually get blown out of the way with that whirlwind ability, and these Agmar troops are just going to run right past them now, and they're going to go straight for, I would assume, this mine. This one's a little bit closer to the fortress, so that one should be safe. This one may be in a little bit of trouble, but he'll just immediately cancel that. Doesn't want to, would rather just take back the resources and not give the satisfaction here to Agmar of being able to destroy that. It does look like he is going to be counterattacking with his group, with his initial group of pikemen. Now he might have gone with these initial pikemen for fear that the Agmar started off with maybe horses or the wolf riders, but for right now these will just be an effective means of being able to attack some of these farms. However, it does look like the orcs up here are still being quite a nuisance, and actually did take out an additional farm. So Geforce definitely wants to get up some extra farms here, get up some extra, maybe, what are they called, the timber mills? I believe Isengard can make that, but lumber mills. But and he actually might lose this one as well, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, it does look like we have a massive archer spam coming out from my opponent. I believe his name was Grison. And he's going to push back my measly group of archers here. Now, where are my other archers? Oh, here they are. I do have 2 other groups, but they are over here attempting to save this this mine, the furnace here of Geforce, but that is not going to be, they're not going to be successful in preventing the destruction of that. So now Geforce only has one, he just built his second mine, so he does have 2 mines up again, but in a little bit of trouble. Of course, he only has the 1 builder to work with because the other builder is in there. Now, a huge group of archers are pushing forward, and I do have Mouth of Sauron out. That's why I don't have more archers. It's because I went for that early hero, which might be a mistake against this sort of strategy with so many archers. Mouth of Sauron is basically worth it. Of course, he can only attack 1 unit at a time, and until he gets up to a higher level, which he probably won't do very quickly, only fighting archers, he has no area of effect abilities. Of course, Doubt and Descent, very good abilities once he gets up to that level, but it's going to be quite a while before he gets up there. I should almost probably send him to the Wraith camp, or of course the Troll camp, so that he can begin to level up, as he's pretty much worthless here. Now these archers are going to start attacking my slaughterhouse. Of course, with only arrows, it is going to take them quite a while to take that down. However, I do get out some Haradrim Lancers. This is what I've been waiting for, no doubt. And I am going to be pushing forward now. Mouth of Sauron will lead the charge just because he's such a tanky hero. All the archers should start to focus him. And I'll, of course, bring in my Haradrim Lancers, bring in the archers from every side, and it looks like I should be able to beat this. However, they, of course, have the land bonus here from Mordor, and that's going to be giving these archers a lot more attack and defense than I would like them to have, and that's why they're doing so effective against all my troops. Now, Angmar actually shows up and goes straight behind here. He throws the whirlwind down, and he's going to focus, I would assume, my slaughterhouse. Yeah, he is going to take that down. Now, what is my partner Isengard doing through all this? Looks like he's a little confused, or just sort of rebuilding his base here, trying to get some more troops out. These Roger Lancers are going to attempt to charge through here again, but with the extra added attack and defense that the terrain bonus here applies to these archers, it is going to be a little bit tougher, and they are going to continue to possibly kill this entire unit of Roger Lancers. Now, Mouth of Sauron, of course, is on defensive stance, which makes him hold his ground. So he's just going to be standing here unless he can get close enough, and I finally realized that, switch him to normal battle stance. Of course, if you remember, I had him lead the charge, so I did want him to be on defensive because I figured that he was going to focus that. Now, my Haradrim Palace here is in a little bit of trouble. Angmar is attempting to take it down, but it looks like I should survive. I haven't upgraded again, but it still would be a pretty big loss in order to lose that, just in terms of the time considered to have to rebuild the palace and then upgrade it. And actually, it looks like I'm going to go for quite a risky move here. I'm going to upgrade this a 3rd time, possibly thinking about either that's for so I can build Haradrim Lancers faster. This should be a 25% faster build speed, or it's because I am hoping to go for fire arrows. Now, I'm not sure if I want to go for fire arrows right now because I only have 1 orc pit. However, I might just be too low in income to even afford another orc pit, so I might just be preemptively doing that as soon as I get furnace out. I can start building more orc pits and more fire archers. But that is a little bit risky of a move. Now, it does look like we have a Mumakil pen coming out from Grison here. This is very, very strange. He did build it in the back. However, my Haradrim Lancers and Mouth of Sauron found it almost instantly. And he does actually throw down another bonus, the Eye of Sauron. I do lose all my Haradrim, but that was completely worth it. That Mumakil pen, I believe, is worth like 800 or something, so I would definitely say that was worth it. Mouth of Sauron only taking a limited amount of damage. Now, it does look like all of the Angmar troops have been cleaned up here in the top left. Geforce doing a nice job of clearing those out. Angmar continuing to just build Thrall Masters, it looks like. Not really teching up to anything else at the moment. Now, he might want to expand a little bit and try and get some extra farms going. That's probably why. Oh, he does have a couple up here. Actually expanding into Isengard's territory. So this is pretty ballsy of him. Like, both of these 2 farms here completely wide open, completely undefended. And actually, Angmar going for Morgamir and has him over here. Oh, these are all Angmar's troops. So Isengard not really putting enough pressure on him, although he is attacking both of his mines here, so both of these will get taken out. I'm not sure why he would build them there when he could have built it here, much more safer in his zone. So I think a little bit of a mistake there on his part. But definitely not going to cost him the game, at least at this point. Mouth of Sauron finally up to level 4, able to cast that weakness. However, I have both Angmar and Mordor troops here to fight against, as Isengard is very slowly pushing forward these troops need to move up forward faster and put some pressure on Eggmar, because Eggmar now has Hwaldir out as a hero. Of course, my ally Geforce does have Lurtz out. I did see him there for a little bit, so I believe he's in that army. But with this extra added DPS here and the terrain bonus, these archers are doing an incredible job of just destroying my troops and actually dealing a pretty significant amount of damage to the mouth of Sauron. I don't believe he'll be at... No, yeah, he's going to get out of here. And he might actually fall. Morgamir's still in here as well. So Eggmar has quite a few troops in here, and Isengard finally starting to push here, although very slowly, just going for the mines, kind of tinkering on the edges. He really needs to charge the fortress and force some of these troops to fall back to defend, because of course I am completely alone against all of these troops right now. My Haradrim, or two groups of Haradrim, do make it out, and they're going to attempt to save the palace. But like I said before, the palace is very weak. Not sure why I upgraded it. I'm just going for Haradrim Lancers. But I will get a nice run through right there. That actually did some nice damage. Mouth of Sauron, of course, still alive and in here. Does have weakness back up, so he does need to cast that. Of course, I will do that right away. Now this is actually upgraded and actually firing on Morganir, so that's a really good. That's actually really helpful. Finally, Isengard pushing forward, reaching the fortress now. Finally, his ally, or Eggmar's ally, Mordor, sends some troops over to help him deal with this, to sort of stunt this attack. But in the meantime, I've lost the battle up here, and that's going to spell doom for my Haradrim Palace. Trying to get out an extra unit of Haradrim Lancers in time, but I don't believe they'll be out in time. Mouth of Sauron, did he die? No, but he is very close to death. And a group of archers coming out just in time. Actually, the Haradrim do make it out. So they should be able to focus on Morgamir. Morgamir falls, and with only a couple of groups of archers left here, this might actually be able to survive. Wow, so close to going down there. Meanwhile, in the bottom left, Isengard alerts freezing Hwaldir in place, and we'll start to chip away at some of his troops here. But Isengard has not reinforced this at all. He's actually switching over to Warg Riders. I guess because there aren't very many spearmen in these armies, and actually, of course, because Mordor is going for this mass archer strategy, and he has gone for another Mumbakil pit in the exact same spot, so he does have Mumbakil out now. But I was actually able to hold off that attack. My building survives, Mouth of Sauron survives, up to level 6 now, and my fire arrow upgrade is out as well. So my archers will have fire arrows now. I do have one group of Haradrim Lancers left, which is really convenient, especially for harass. I will be able to find this. And Haradrim Lancers actually do a pretty significant amount of damage to buildings. They can kill things pretty quickly here. However, what they can't kill are pikemen, which are, of course, charging right at them. And you will throw down the whirlwind to sort of slow these units from running away, see if you can take out as many as possible. And I will maybe get away just a couple, but only being level 1, these units will not regen. Actually, they all do go down. So I do lose all my Haradrim Lancers there. That was my last group of them. Am I rebuilding anymore? Yeah, I just had one come out. So attempting to get back in this game. Now Eggmar expanding like crazy in terms of farms. Remember, Eggmar did lose a couple when Isengard, during the first push of Isengard. Now all these Warg Riders charging forward here. Morgamir comes out just as the Wargs arrive, but the Wargs will be just focusing the Hall of the King's Men here, trying to limit the production of Eggmar. All of Eggmar's troops out here, though, taking out that tower, able to kill the builder there, but will they be able to save their base? I think so. The Warg Riders here not being... Why is Morgamir just standing here? There he finally goes. Actually sliding along the ground there, ice skating towards his opponents here. But these Warg Riders are going to be able to deal a little bit of damage. Managed to take out one Hall of the King's Men. Might get the second, but probably not. Will weaken it, though, so that a following counterattack, which is coming right now with tons of pikemen and a couple of archers mixed in there as well. The real question is, where is Lurtz? Did he die, or is he healing somewhere in the back? I'm not quite sure where he is right now. On the other side of the map, the Mumbakil and the archers are going to be pushing forward. Oh, one of the builders, my ally, building several war pits up here. These are actually very, very effective, especially when the enemy doesn't have a lot of. If you get like fire arrows or any sort of like high damage unit, maybe like the Mumbakil actually would be pretty good against these, but all these archers almost completely worthless against these war pits. I do have enough archers out now, so a couple of fire archers. If I'm upgrading these to fires, they need to stop. Oh, I didn't stop it in time, so they're almost all going to die. just as soon as they get the fire upgrade. That's wasting about 350. The Mumakil sees the pikeman, falls back. Malthasar charges in, has actually used either weakness or descent. I'm not sure which one he used. I think probably weakness. Descent looks like it was on cooldown. That'll be up soon, but the Eye of Sauron comes out here, adds some extra bonus damage to these archers. And the Mumakil actually bypassing these now. He's probably going to focus on these work pits, or may actually go for this, which is only about 1 or 2 hits away. This guy frantically trying to build it as he sees frantically trying to rebuild it as he sees a large Elefante here charging towards him, set on destroying this nice palace here. But more pikemen come out, and that's going to chase him away. Malthasar might have gone down there. I think I heard him die. So Malthasar now off the field, I believe. Yeah, I don't see him. So looking a little bit dire here, especially with so many archers. Does he have reinforcing Mumakil coming? With so many pikemen of mine on the field, I don't see any yet. Now, Lurtz is back out on the field. Should probably focus Morgamir here. Needs to go take out his weapon and use his Carnage ability to deal some extra damage to Morgamir. Morgamir uses his Blade ability, which does give him a Wraith. If this Wraith starts attacking him, I believe more Wraiths will appear from any unit he kills. Let's see if that's true or not. No, it's not. And this Wraith just is not like the spell that Angmar can do. Speaking of spells for Angmar, has he teched up at all? No, still on the very basic tech, which you can do as Angmar. It does work long-term game if you can get out enough Hall of the King's Men. You have to have several Hall of the King's Men, probably about 4 or 5, in order to make this strategy viable. And he only has about 2 right now. Although he has managed to build up a pretty big force here, and actually is going to be charging me. I'm still desperately trying to push back this archer force in this Mumakil. So I'm left completely undefended on the left side here, and he is going to be charging up with several units. I do have 1 unit of Haradrim Lancers, but they're going to be very unaffected against the pikemen also incoming. The second unit comes out, but they're going to also run into the pikemen here. The Haradrim Palace desperately trying to be rebuilt. I'm trying to get out more Easterlings in fear of Mumakil returning. Also building a couple archers here, finally getting out a second orc pick, rebuilding Mouth of Sauron, and with these Haradrim Lancers dealing a pretty good amount of damage, and Gothmog was in there too. I didn't even realize he was out, and of course my ally showing up to help me will focus down Morgamir with that cripple shot and then Carnage ability, and Morgamir should fall there. Yeah, Lurtz will get the kill for that. So that's a pretty big win for us, able to hold off that Angmar attack, and of course Angmar finally getting out some more units here. Again, he just does not have the production he needs. Does he have enough farms? Looks like he's got one here. This is like the worst place to possibly build a farm. Really, you want to do it to your bottom right, and then bottom left, and then top left, and then top right. So he could actually use one here, or really like there and like there, or I guess he's got one here. Really odd farm placement here. It doesn't seem to have utilized this very correctly, although he does have quite a few in the center of the map, and has captured the center outpost. Did not realize this, has completely rebuilt it. They did destroy that earlier, but now it is rebuilt, and they do own that. So Angmar making a pretty decent amount of money, should add some extra either heroes or more Hall of the King's Men, although the Angmar heroes, not really my favorite. Of course, unless he goes for Karsh. Karth, a really great hero. The Witch King, pretty much garbage. Rogesh can be good, but basically no healing power, so as soon as he gets weak, you basically just want to let him die. But this huge force is now pushing forward. Gothmog needs to retreat. He's almost up to level 4. Very, very close. I'm desperately trying to get out more archers, adding fire to these archers as they come out. Now, I should have the furnace bonus. Actually, a group of archers hiding back here regenerating. Yeah, the furnace bonus is cast on this mine of mine. And actually, I did a decent job with my farm class, so probably the best you can do in this top right corner. Actually, the Nazgul out now for my opponent, for the opposing Mordor now, and that's just going to totally wreck my fire archers. As more archers are showing up, Angmar in the battle, Gothmog finally getting to level 4, focusing down, should focus down Sauron or Hwaldir, either one, but of course my ally showing up, but the Whirlwind goes down. That's going to throw Gothmog away from their heroes as he's on Fury, and he looks like he's going to focus down these Nazgul, but even Gothmog, not really a match for Nazgul. We'll be able to take out one before his Fury runs out, but now is in a lot of trouble as they are focusing him down. And actually, looks like I've gone for a couple of... No, I just had Furnace. I'm almost up to my my power, my Rock Drop power. on, I gotta get back to all players. There we go. And almost up to my rock drop power. So that'd be really effective if I can place it right there and take out all 3 of those orc pits. That'll pretty much destroy my opponent Grison's production facilities. More troops coming out. These need to be upgraded to fire. Mothasar returning to the battle after he took some damage. Meanwhile, Isengard continuing to help me here. Lurch taking out just gobs and gobs of troops over to the left side here, along with his archers. Actually, even using Fury to help me there. And it looks like we might have actually been able to take out the Black Nazgul. Where's that siege workshop right there? Yeah, he's going to be rebuilding those almost instantly though, because of how many archers I have in the field, and how many archers Isengard has in the field. So that will be, so those Black Riders will be back here. Now this Movement Kill is still alive. I believe this is one of the first ones he brought out and just retreated him. But this Movement Kill almost dead now, and we're actually starting to build up a sizable force here. The thing is, our farms are all level 3 now. I've actually cast Industry on this one as well. I believe I cast it on this one. Maybe I didn't cast it on this one. No, it's getting 116, so it must be. Furnace on that one as well. Isengard continuing to have a couple archers over here, but he needs to start worrying about himself now, because finally, Eggmar has teched up. It does have the wolf or the troll and wolf den. I would say wolf and troll den. I guess it's the same, but so he does have a couple of these hill trolls out now. Of course, the snow trolls, the upgraded. Actually, yeah, they are a little bit more costly than the hill trolls. Now, of course, once you add armor to these hill trolls and attack weapons, they become pretty much unstoppable, depending, of course, if you're going up against like I'm sorry, I thought Saruman was on the other team for some reason, but he is an ally. So that's probably why my Gothog wasn't focusing him a little while ago. But the Black Riders show up, and Saruman no match for these servants of Sauron. So he will probably die unless he can escape through the hordes of Eggmar here. But only with archers to protect him, yeah, he's going to go down. And those Black Riders will get a nice couple of levels from that kill. So Isengard looking to be in a bit of trouble now. Probably needs to pull back some of his troops. Looks like I'm just trying to mass up right now, trying to get up a force so that I can push forward. However, look at how many archers my opponent has. Just so many units of archers. Mothasar desperately trying to work down some of the infrastructure of Shen here. And we'll be able to get that one up to level 9 now. Once he gets to level 10, that Evil Eye ability, I call it the Evil Eye. What is it actually, though? It is called Evil Eye, okay. So I'm not completely crazy here. But the Evil Eye ability, pretty effective against a single target unit, especially like this Nazgul. Although the Morgamir is actually out for my opponent here. Mothasar needs to... Did he just die? Oh, he flew into my fire archers. That is why you don't get a Nazgul out against someone who's going mass archers, especially mass fire archers. So there's $3,000 down the drain. And actually, there comes the Gorgonoth Spire. That's going to take out... Actually misses the troops there a little bit. They must have moved up from where I was aiming at. Did not realize I even had that. So that does miss a little bit. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, Eggmar continues to push forward, has decimated almost all of Isengard's troops. He's desperately trying to get us some extra work sentries in order to slow down this push. So he's losing there, but I'm winning here finally. So I'm finally able to push Mordor back with that Gorgonoth Spire with Descent with so many archers. But Rock Drop comes down. That's going to be from my opponent, and I didn't realize I cast Rock Drop myself. So that's why he doesn't have more archers here, or that's why he's not reinforcing it with more archers here. Is because that's exactly what I thought I would do, is go for those production structures. If your opponent loses production, not only does he have to rebuild each and every one of them with a builder, even if he even has a builder left, but then of course he has to build the units after he's built the structure. And of course you can only have a builder building one thing at one time. So if you wanted to build all 3 of these, and you only had one builder, you would have to build them all one at a time. Gothmog might go down here from all the arrows. Yeah, he is going to fall. But I do have one group of fire archers remaining. Might be able to actually get this slaughterhouse. That would be a pretty big win, because this slaughterhouse is a level 3. So that is going to be making a lot of money. There's a Witch King now out for Eggmar. Horrible idea, if you ask me. But he's going to try it anyways. Maybe he's hoping he can get him up to level 10 and get some sort of weird Hour of the Witch King move off. I really don't know. But he's going to run into my pikeman, and he's going to run into, more importantly, the Mouth of Sauron. And you would think that the Witch King could handle Mouth of Sauron, but probably not. Let's just be honest here. Mouth of Sauron, pretty much the best here in the game. Well, maybe not the best, but he's pretty good. And he's almost up to level 10. Actually, I should probably take this out. I should really take this out if I can. But seeing those Black Riders, I'm going to have to fall back now. Oh, and they do actually trap him there. Is that the Morgul Blade ability? So Mouth of Sauron is going to go down. Shouldn't be a problem. I should be able to just quickly rebuild him. No, actually, Angmar here didn't have enough troops to continue the assault on the fortress. They were able to take all that stuff in the front there, but with more Warg sentries coming up, looks like they did have to fall back. Saruman's still alive in here, attempting to take out some of these troops. However, there are several Angmar heroes in here, and Morgamir, my Morgamir, is out now. Of course, I'm going to want to focus that on Angmar's troops because of how many how many archers my opponent here, Grison? Yeah, Grison has gone for. Although I did destroy all of those, and he has not rebuilt. No, he rebuilt 2 of them down here. So he does have some production there, but it looks like I'm just going to be trying to focus down some of these production structures, basically just sacrificing a couple of these troops in order to attempt to limit the income of my enemy here. I am rebuilding most of my troops. I would assume I have Mouth of Sauron back on the way. Gorgon Aspire about two-thirds of the way recharged, and actually going for catapults now. Catapults can actually be pretty effective when mixed with a lot of fodder units in the front, and that's exactly what these archers and Haradrim are for. It looks like I actually built a Haradrim Palace over by my opponent's side, maybe just in case, actually finally taking out that outpost in the center. I wonder how long that's been sitting up. Morgamir, so Morgamir doing his job here, giving me a lot of vision of the map and a lot of map control with that flying beast here. The Fell Beast, actually. And now these catapults moving up. Wow, look at the range on that. That's ridiculous. I can't believe it. You can't shoot that far. That might have been a glitch. I'm not sure how it shot that far. Regardless, this slaughterhouse will go down. And looks like we are going to have a huge battle here on the right side. The Muminkill charging through, taking out 1 or 2 groups of archers right there. But I do have a group of Easterlings in here, and of course Muminkill just melt when they look at Easterlings. They're like mouse and elephants. And he's going to be chased down by the Easterlings, and they should get him here. Yeah, he is going to fall as my catapults continue to rain hell from the skies over on the left-hand side. The Nazgul now engaging the Easterlings. However, they are up to level 6, which should make them beefy enough, I would think, to deal with that. And the Witch King still alive and fighting over here. Meanwhile, Isengard on the left-hand side is going to be trying to push forward with upgraded archers. Isengard archers, very, very powerful. Some of the best in the game. Probably second only to Mirkwood archers from Elves with Silverthorn, but regardless. We do have a battle from the skies taking place here. However, the Nazgul for my opponent, Grison, I honestly cannot believe he rebuilt this. Although it looks to be doing slightly effective here, he does have to worry about Lurtz, he has to worry about my fire archers, and he has to worry about my Nazgul. It just does not seem like the right investment for him to make, but you know, if he wants to make it, more power to him. Now, I would rather have seen him spend that money on a Gorgon Aspire, especially when we're massing up troops like this. When I'm going mass archers, when my ally is going like mass archers, mass ground troops. Gorgon Aspire, very, very effective ability, as well as, what else was I going to say you could build? You could upgrade a couple of these buildings. Oh, fire archers. He absolutely needs fire archers. His archers are completely, maybe not completely, but basically worthless at this point. Now, Gothmog here actually venturing a little too far forward. He's going to die. But my Nazgul shows up and is going to attempt to pick off some of these Agron troops. Grabbing the Thrall Master right there, so killing the whole unit. Oh, maybe he didn't kill him. Yeah, he did. So then, of course, if the Nazgul can ever hit the Thrall Master, we do have a Watcher going down. There goes all my fire archers. And Mouth of Sauron, no, he's fine. But he is going to be trying to battle the Witch King here. Now I will say the Witch King does have a pretty good area of AoE ability, just in regular attack. But he's just so weak in like hand-to-hand, whatever, close-up against another hero. Again, the Morgul Blade, able to take out Sauron here. Needs to use his Evil Eye ability. There that goes, and that's going to, of course, kill the Witch King from behind. Blast him in the back. Mouth Sauron going down, but that's fine. Oh, what? Why are these troops retreating? Maybe they see a huge group of Isengard moving over here, so they've been called into action. The Angmar heroes attempting to take out my catapults here as they continue to fire catapults from the sky, or not catapults, fire flaming balls of death from the sky, taking out more and more of Angmar's infrastructure. And now finally Angmar is feeling the squeeze, mainly because he does not have the farms. The center of the map here on the lower side, I guess it's not the center of the map then, but regardless, their side of the map over here has no farms. They have no income. Where on our side we have one here. Isengard has one out here. So we're just making it. Actually, it has one here as well. So Isengard and myself, I probably could use another slaughterhouse out here. Actually, I do have one right here. So yeah, that's actually pretty good. But we do have a lot more income, I feel like, right now than our opponent. Now the Gorgonoth's fire goes off, and I am going to land that perfectly. And it absolutely just completely destroys. Look at all these bodies just slowly sinking into the ground after that huge fireball of death rained upon their faces. And actually, I did not realize that these are my riders, so that's why I knew all those archers were there. Seeing him going for so many archers, of course, I want to get out the Black Riders as well, which are very, very effective against archers, or any really light unit. And his Black Riders in a bit of trouble now. They are level 7, so they will regen. However, Lurtz and Saruman here continuing to push forward. Angmar basically just stuck to defense at this point, and he's not even defending. This is my ally, or my opponent's Grison. Wow, this guy's name, Grison, is so obscure. I wish people would think a little bit more using their names, but regardless, I digress. Now we do have Angmar actually going for the Dark Rangers here with the upgraded ice arrows. Angmar, of course, the race with from the north, from the ice lands. So all of their abilities, or their archers use ice, their catapults use ice, ice towers, things like that. All ice upgraded, and finally he goes for the Gorgonoth Spire, Grison. So he's able to take out a couple units of my archers, but I do have a couple more. Looks like I'm actually focusing the fortress. Probably should focus this as well. But I do hear a rock drop, and that's going to be mine. And those were his probably three orc pits, 2 orc pits down there. His Nazgul does fall, as Mouth Sauron probably used Evil Eye. Yes, he did. That's why you don't want to get a Nazgul out when your opponent has level 10 Mouth Sauron, as I believe it is a one-shot. So his fortress in a little bit of trouble, his production in trouble. It looks like we're actually going to be able to come back and take this game. We're still not, we don't quite have it in the bag yet, but we've basically pushed them back to their borders here, to their bases, I should say. And of course he's beaconing, Shen is beaconing Mouth Sauron, saying, hey, I've caught this guy here, focus your troops on him, take him out. But Mouth Sauron actually might be able to get away. Yeah, he will. He is able to escape there just barely at the last second. And the only reason you want to save him at this point is because, A, you're low on money, which I doubt I am. But I might be. No, I have 18,000. So, actually, I might be sending him back in order to kill him. So I can rebuild him. Because that, of course, is faster. It's a faster healing process than letting him stay out on the field and just try and regain his health that way. Now we do have the Balrog, most likely mine, as the Balrog erupts there brilliantly, very upset. And yeah, that is going to be mine. I just summoned it there to take out those archers. Mountain Giants actually spawning up here, although they're right in the middle of everything. I'm not sure they're going to be able to take out that fortress. Meanwhile, my Balrog, where is it? I don't know where it is. did I turn it around? Looks like I'm a little confused about what I want to do with it. First going up here, then turning around, then coming back, then going again. I'm really not sure what he's doing, but I think my fortress can survive here. Yeah, I do have the upgrade. With the Witch King, pretty much garbage against buildings. Well, he's decent against buildings, but I don't think they're going to be able to take this out. And even if they do, they have a Balrog in their own base down here. Grison does. As well as a huge group of Isengard. Now, the reason Isengard is over here is because look at this defense. Catapults, wolves, you know, these guys, trolls. So this is going to be a lot easier of a fortress to take down because it's completely undefended. I've destroyed all of his production structures. Actually, Saruman in the back here with a group of warriors. So I'm going to be focusing that down. Now, was he able to get my fortress? Looks like the answer is no, with Gothmog arriving and using his Fury ability. Of course, I get out an extra builder just in case. Actually, Malthus started waiting for that builder to finish before he could come out. You do have to be careful about that when rebuilding heroes, because if you start building a builder while you're building a hero, the builder takes precedent. So even if Malthus was like 1 second away from coming out and I click build a builder, which is what happened right there. Oh, actually Mordor summoning. Look at this, his fortress is going down and he manages to get a Balrog at the very last second here. So a very close game between us, at least in terms of power points. My Nazgul gets out in time. I'm really glad I got that builder out now. I probably do have I have the Horadrim Palace over here, so I wouldn't have been defeated or anything. But of course, always nice to keep your fortress up. I think I completed my thought about the builders. So you of course want to be careful, and actually Grison losing his fortress there, so his Balrog immediately falls to the earth and will crumble. And with that, Shen leaves the game, and we are victorious. Well, great, guys. I really appreciate you all tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on the video if you don't mind, and I hope to see you all again in the future. Master Cloud signing out.